Hello, Endo Warrior Goddesses. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. I am so excited you are here as always. Today we are going to be talking about a little bit more of a serious topic, so grab your seats and grab a water, get comfortable, because we're gonna have a little bit of a tough conversation. My name is Bailey M. Bain. If we haven't met before, then thank you for joining me here. Welcome, welcome. If you are interested in joining our community, we talk here more about endometriosis and healing without hormones. So if that sounds like something you are interested in, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post videos 3 times a week with different resources for endometriosis warriors, endo warrior goddesses. So if you haven't guessed, I am an endo warrior goddess myself. I was diagnosed with endometriosis in April of this year, 2021. And since then, I've been on here sharing my journey and documenting my experience. You can follow me on Instagram at Boho Bailey Studio if you want more daily updates. I post every day on my Instagram page. So don't forget to add me on Instagram. And I'm so curious, let me know in the comments below what social media platforms you are most active on. Are you guys TikTokers? Do you prefer Instagram, Facebook, YouTube? What's up? Where are you guys most active on social media? Let me know in the comments below. So let's get into today's video. I am planning to tell you more about my story with my mental health and how I got my diagnosis for MTHFR. It's a genetic mutation that affected my mental health quite a few years ago, and it's something that I've been working with and treating holistically for the last at least 5 years. So I have been on and off in therapy from the time that I was 6 years old. My parents got divorced when I was 6, and we did like a family therapy session then when I was really young, and then we did it again in like 3rd or 4th grade, and then again when I had some family issues happen in 8th grade. And then from there, after that, I was good and like smooth sailing up until I was in college. I guess I shouldn't really say smooth sailing because I went through a really rough patch in high school. So after my whole middle school outburst, I still had some like mental health issues in high school, but I never got like professional help then. So when I was in college, that was my last mental health kind of relapse, if you will, where things were just getting really bad. It was to the point where I couldn't go a single day without just feeling so busy and just explosive in my own mind and in my own thought. Like nothing would really happen that was abnormal or out of the usual. It was like I would go to work and something small would just frustrate me that I would have to go do something I didn't want to do, and it would lead to me screaming in the car and feeling really self-destructive at that time. And I know that there were more factors than one that were contributing to my mental health at that point in my life. And one of them was birth control. I was still on birth control at that point in my life. I got put on birth control when I was 15, and I didn't get off of birth control until I was 21. So I didn't get off of birth control until I found out I had the genetic mutation. So that's all part of the mental health thing. So I was on birth control while I was experiencing all of this nasty mental health, like self-image. My fiance Cody can attest to that. I was a really miserable and awful person to be around. I'm just extremely grateful that he stuck with me through all of this time, because I know that it was no fun to be around me when I was in that state in my mind way back then. So I'm just grateful to have him and that he gave me the space to grow on my own and learn and correct these mental health concerns that were festering for so long in my life. The other was my spiritual awakening. So I hadn't necessarily gone through my spiritual awakening yet, and therapy led me to that as well. So I'll put it all together for you at the end. But when I started going to psychotherapy, we started talking about spiritual stuff and repeating numbers and indigo children and light workers and things like that, and it resonated with me on a deeper level. It made me feel like I had something to connect to. So I was what you'd call asleep back then. I wasn't aware of the spiritual connection that I had as a human being, as a light worker, as this indigo child. It's something that I've had within me for a long time, and I was really in tune to it as a child, like most children are. But as we grow up, our senses kind of dull, and we don't know how to grow into them. And so I was super lost at that point and scattered, and being able to find that sense of community, that sense of it just felt like home, you know. There's no other way to describe it. It became a huge part of me. Another was like influence in the media. So this was around the time there was a lot of celebrity deaths, a lot of celebrity suicides, and I don't even remember the exact timeline of it all, but like you've got your Mac Miller, your Kate Spade, Anthony Bourdain, Chris Cornell, Chester Bennington, just all of this mass media of negative energy, negative emotion. It really hit me hard in that way when I was already feeling down, and now there's others who are feeling that same way, and I'm watching them do the most unthinkable acts, and that it hit me in a really hard way. I was becoming almost obsessed with like reading about things like that, and it just wasn't good for my mental health or my mental state. And then finally was MTHFR, and this is a genetic mutation. I've talked a little bit about it before on here. It is basically, and I'm not a doctor, so do your own research, but my understanding of it so when we have a process in our body, and when we take folic acid or eat folic acid in our foods, the process in our body, the methylation process, turns folic acid into what's called methylfolate. This is the methylation process. And what methylfolate does is it controls a lot of our basic functions, like our brain function, so like our fatigue, how well we can stay energized and thinking. It controls our levels of serotonin. It controls things in the thyroid. It controls different functions all over the body. And so this made sense when I got a genetic test done, when I found out I had this mutation, that my body wasn't making enough serotonin or receiving enough serotonin to be in the proper state. And this was a super easy fix because my body doesn't turn folic acid into methylfolate. You just have to supplement the folic acid with a methylated form of folic acid, which is methylfolate. And so I started a vitamin regimen, a supplement regimen that helped me really get out of that funk. But so it started with me experiencing mental health concerns. Then I had a doctor's appointment to check up on my birth control, and she mentioned a genetic test for MTHFR. So I got the test done, found out I had MTHFR. Then I found a therapist, and she specialized in MTHFR. She specialized in psychotherapy, which is different from traditional therapy because they help you get to the root of childhood traumas and heal the trauma at the root of the cause of the mental health issues versus just treating the mental health symptoms with medication. And so that was a huge transformational part in my journey, was having therapy, but also at the same time having those supplements to help with the MTHFR mutation. And then all in the while, my therapist led me to getting into spirituality and spiritual awakening and yoga and meditation and all of these beautiful, wonderful self-care practices that have helped develop me into exactly who I am today. And I couldn't be more grateful for that, because now here I am advocating for my self-care journey with you. who I am now and sitting here today talking with you, I am, and most people will say, a completely different person than I was back then. But I don't like to say it that way because I'm still the same person I once was, and I will always be the same person even as I continue to evolve. But part of my journey is just that I'm going to evolve. And so to know me 5 years ago is not the same as to know me today. And for that, I respect each and every one of you who commit yourself to making changes in your own mental health, physical health, spiritual health, emotional health, whatever it is. But all four of those are important aspects of being able to be our most healthy and happy selves. So I encourage you to do that and stick around because I have plenty of resources for you to help do that. So thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you. I am grateful for you. And that is all I have for you today. I will see you in the next video. Happy healing. Bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Join our Endo Warrior Goddess community by clicking the link in the description. And as always, I'll be back every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday with more content.